with our esteemed welding teacher, Mr. Feeney. Are you here, Mr. Feeney?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Hi,
How are
guys.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Life is
Yeah.
good.
Uh, who do we got on here?
We've got a few kids hanging on. I haven't really asked anyone's name. We were just kind of rolling with it. I didn't want to scare them.
Um, give it a minute or two. I'm sure people will sign on at 5:30, but
Yeah, we're a little ahead of schedule.
yeah. So, how's things been going?
Things are good. Lots of information. Lots of the same information, but different information, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
every trade has talked about their union a little bit, and every trade has talked about safety. I'm going to ask you about safety for sure, and all of that good stuff. And what's nice is we're recording this, so I can divvy it out to anyone who asks me about welding.
Absolutely. Well, you want to wait a few minutes before I get into it, or is a young man JH? What's your name?
He might be a little shy.
Yeah.
Mr. Feeney is a bold man.
Very bold. JH, do you have any questions to start out with before I get into it? What are your interests?
Right out of the gate.
I don't really know yet.
Well, that's not a wrong answer, because at your age, I mean, there's a lot of kids out there who are they have a lot of different directions they want to go to. So you being honest with me and telling me that you're not sure is the answer that I really would like to hear, because you exploring your different roads is the best part. That's what I consider you. I mean, you guys are the luckiest people on earth at this time. That I hope you realize how lucky you are at the moment you are in life, because you can do anything you literally want. I mean, you can literally say, I want to cut grass the rest of my life, or I can go work at Burger King, or I want to go and be an engineer. I want to work for NASA. I want to work for NASCAR. You literally have the options to do whatever you want. And that is a gift that you should take advantage of in every opportunity you have.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
With welding,
yeah.
Your name's Joseph?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
Nice to meet you.
What I want to tell you about welding is this. Me personally, I'm a unit welding maker turned teacher. The best thing about welding is this. I got injured on a job, and it afforded me, knowing how to weld, gave me the opportunity to become a teacher. So there's career paths that change all in life. You know, and for example, if you want to be a construction worker, you want to build houses, or you want to be an electrician, or whatever have you. The best thing about having the skill of welding is, if God forbid you get older and you lose your job, and you took welding in high school, welding is a skill you're never going to lose. Welding is so different, and it expands to so many different areas in construction, that you have the ability to go into auto collision. You have the ability to go into the ironworkers, to build buildings, to be a pipe fitter, to fabricate steam drums, mud drums, air-cooled condensers, everything. I mean, it expands so different paths, career paths. It's very exciting. So I love it because it's fun. To me, when I started welding, it was like being a drawing, like art. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of jobs out there throughout the country. We're probably close to 500,000 short of welders, from small mom and pop shops to unions to the U.S. Navy. I mean, Army Corps of Engineers. There's so many different routes and jobs out there for you to do this. Pay scale, everybody wants to know about money. The best thing to tell you is this: you make a lot of it. You do. You make a lot of money as a welder.
He's going to tell you like it is.
Everybody likes the nice cars. Everybody likes nice clothes, the TVs, the phones. The house is, I mean, and it's there, but the fact of the matter is one thing is you have to work for it. The work ethic's got to be there. You've got to be committed. And the best thing about it is the day goes by, you know, there's a lot of jobs out there, the day drags on forever. But as a welder, and I'll tell you the honest God truth, and I would never lie to you, is this. You drop that hood down, you're welding, next thing you know, it's lunch. Next thing you know, it's coffee break. And then next thing you know, the whistle, you time to go. You feel like you've been there for 5 hours, 6 hours, not even. It's gone. Day's gone. You know what? You're doing something you love. It's not work if you love it. So, what you're going to learn here is basically we're going to get you. I'm going to get you into the being employable. You're going to be able to go out and get a job as a welder at an entry level. If you, in fact, the kids that take the course do the work here.
Right.
I mean, I shop as a job. As you're in there, you're there to work. We have planning periods. We schedule our work. We schedule our welds. We schedule our positions. So it's a job here, but it's a job that you're going to enjoy because I make it fun. I make it to the point of you want to be in my shop. You want to be in my class. You can't wait to get to my class. I usually have 20 to 24 kids, and I've been full every year because I don't make it as a class that, oh God, I got to go there and I got to work. No, I have fun. I make it fun.
Your class is super exciting, Mr. Feeney.
I honestly, and I think you say that because a lot of kids love it. I mean, a lot of kids love it. I mean, a lot of kids, for a program to be successful or a job or anything, or if you have employees that are successful, it's because of the boss. If you have a good boss who treats their employees right, you're going to have great employees. You're going to have employees that work for you. So if you're a good student and I treat you with respect, you're going to walk in the door with being treated with respect. You're a young man, you're young ladies, and you're going to be treated as such.
You're also the only program that we have where you're not taking something and sticking it together. When you weld something, you make something new, right? Like
Right, yeah.
it's the only program where you're like truly creating material while you go. It's so cool.
The coolest thing about it too is you fuse metal with electricity.
Yeah.
Heat. Like, a lot of people have the difference; they get confused with heat and temperature. You know, it's always the heat and temperature. I always tell the kids it's the temperature of the arc always stays the same. So when you guys come here, you're going to learn the difference between mass and temperature because the temperature is always the same. It's more heat created by the size of the plate, the rod, the material. We create grills. You're going to do grills. You could work on trailers if your parents have trailers or your friends have trailers. Your bumper needs to be welded on. We do it here. I let you do whatever you want within reason.
Sure.
And it's very exciting. I mean, we just installed in November, guys, a new CNC plasma machine. So we have new welding machines. We have new CNC plasma machines, which is really cool. She's great, isn't she?
Is that Beth?
Yeah.
Hi,
But the
Beth.
CNC plasma machine.
Well, I said, what is a plasma machine? I'm like, maybe you don't know.
It's a CAD machine. It's programmable, and if you guys see the cool shapes, if you go through like a craft show at the fair one day and you see all those little cowboy scenes, or you're a cool, like a lot of companies, they have their metal cut out, their labels or their signias. We
Yep.
can do that here now. So you're going to learn how to do that. You're going to learn how to do hand cutting with plasma, hand cutting with oxy-fuel cutting. You're going to learn MIG, TIG, stick. You're going to be well-rounded when it comes to welding because I don't believe in concentrating on one process. I believe in starting with all of them because if you don't, you're not going to be desirable to employees or to employers. I'm sorry. The more you know, the more valuable you are. So that said, if once you finish here and you do the work and you get your endorsement through everyone BOCES, There's colleges out there. There's Alfred State. There's Ohio Tech. There's Lincoln Tech. There's Niagara Community College. There's a new program we started with them a year or two ago where you can start doing your credits in high school now where you gain credits for college. So that's a huge program right there that we're involved in now. But if you go to, my suggestion, what I like telling my students is when you go to Alfred or if you go to Ohio Technical College where they have all these different programs that involve welding, I don't encourage you to take welding in college. I encourage you to take a program that uses welding, that you're going to use welding, but you're going to learn a whole new trade. Now, your skill level and your career path has not even doubled, it's triple. So if you take what you learn here, because you're going to know how to weld when you leave here, you're going to be a welder. You're going to be an entry-level welder. A lot of kids by the time they leave here are very good welders. So I encourage, if you're going to go to college for something in a trade area, choose something that interests you, take it again, and then increase your, you're going to be so valuable. It's not even, I can't even tell you how valuable you're going to be. If you go to the military, pardon?
I said truly because they're desperate for people to fill jobs, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, especially if a lot of kids are military kids, everybody wants to be in the military now, which is great. So if I would choose, if I was your age and you were him and Han about going to the military, I'd do the Navy divers and welders. You go in there, you become a welder for the Navy, you come out, and literally the world is your oyster. You, as an underwater welder, coming out of the military, you can write your own checks. You could walk in there and say, this is my $100,000 a year job weld, and then you give them a really nice weld and say, this is my $200,000 a year job. This is what I weld. I can give you this, or I can give you that. It's your choice. And you got it. They pay you.
So we should probably talk about the fact that welding is dangerous, right? So what is safety like in your class?
Really not. It's not dangerous.
No.
No, it's dangerous if you don't take safety seriously.
There we go.
Everything is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Welding safe. Everything has to do with welding is safe as long as you follow what you're trained to do. As long as you what I tell you to do, and when I teach you about something with safety and you do it to that extent, you should never have anything to worry about. Through ventilation, through proper PPE, wearing your hood, your gloves, your glasses, your boots, your jackets, your earplugs when you're grinding, your face shield when you're grinding, when you're burning or cutting. If you follow what I teach you, no. I don't like to use the word dangerous. There's dangerous people.
Fair enough.
Dangerous people who don't follow the rules. And
right.
Sadly enough, it's not them who get hurt. It's others around them that get hurt.
Right.
So when you come in my shop, I expect you to, everybody's responsible for your own, but we're all responsible for each other. I'm responsible for you. You're responsible for me. I have to trust you. If you're on a job site, I need to trust you with my life as you trust me with yours.
Right.
So,
right.
And so if I mess
what do students need to bring anything to your class? Do they need to, bring any of those things that you mentioned for safety or any supplies?
Well, usually I have them bring their own jackets. We have hoods here for them. I have safety glass for them, gloves. If I'm more than happy to provide it for them if they need it. It's not a requirement. I would hate to say I don't like to use it as a requirement because I don't want to deter people from not joining the class because for some reason they have trouble getting a jacket or anything. Honestly, I've done things for kids in the past where I bought boots, I bought whatever. So if they want to come to my class and they don't need anything, what I'm saying is this, just if you want to be a welder, you come here, you have nothing to worry about. I'll take care of everything. And I promise that.
Don't let it deter you.
No, because I've been there before and it's not a fun place to be. So I want everybody to know that we're here to teach them, and then we're not going to allow them to miss out on something just because somebody couldn't get something.
Right.
I don't believe in that.
Right.
Does everybody have any questions for me?
What?
Does everybody else have any questions?
Yeah, are there any questions out there?
I can ramble on all night. I mean,
Mr. Feeney is a very charismatic man. I wish I could go back in time and take your class. I took like welding in high school, which was cool for a girl. But it's nothing like what you guys do in your class.
well, that's the thing. It's like, I'll tell you, a lot of kids are like, so you weld a lot of the same position. And I tell them because, and a lot of kids say, well, it gets boring. And yeah, it does get boring here and there. But here's the thing. Everybody listen. Everybody plays video games. When they first buy that new video game, they can't get past level 1 or whatever have you. So what do? You keep doing it, playing it, and playing it, playing it, till you get it, till you get past that level. That's what welding is. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn a position. You're gonna learn a different type of rod material. And and I'm gonna tell you, it looks like cat poop on a plate. I'll tell you the truth. I will never lie to you that, oh, it's beautiful, it's fantastic. No, this is what you need to do, and you're gonna appreciate it because you're gonna see the progression. It's just like a video game. The more you work at it, the more you play it, the better you're gonna be. And I love working with kids and having fun and making it fun for them because they work hard enough at homeschool, and this is a great release for them, and where they're really interested in something, to where they could really hone what they want, what their skills are, and that's a cool part of both seasons. But if you're a sophomore,
visual, it's all visual learning. Like you can see yourself getting better.
Yeah, because I encourage the kids when their first plate they weld. I always tell them, cool it off and keep it in your locker. You're going to see the difference between the very first one to the end of the year, and you're going to be like, oh my God, it was horrible. But yeah, right. I mean, there's going to be when these kids are in class, even in junior year, it's usually in senior year, that there's always those where, like, so for some reason, things aren't going my way and when I'm welding. As an adult, I've been welding for almost probably 20 years now. So I have those things. There's going to be days where you guys are welding better than me, where I try to go in a booth with you and I lay down a piece of proof weld, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy's supposed to be the teacher? But it's you're having a day.
Right.
And I like to do, what I do like with my students is, another thing I encourage kids to do is be open and honest. I call it the Mr. Feeney 20-minute rule. And if there's an issue with you, your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, or whatever, because it's funny how kids at your age, your age, think a molehill is like a mountain, and it really not. So I want you to be honest and talk to me. But the 20-minute rule is this: you come into my class, hey, Mr. Feeney, look at it, I'm having a day. I want to invoke my 20-minute rule, and this rule is this: you come in, you tell me. You don't have to tell me what it is. Just let me know what it is, because if I'm giving a lecture and I call on you and you snap at me, that's
checked out.
A whole different conversation then. But if you tell me and I understand, okay, Joe's having a rough day, he had a rough morning, so okay, you got 20 minutes, sit there, calm yourself down, collect yourself, and after 20 minutes, I'll tap you on the shoulder, give you a little prompt. Time to go back. Now it's time to work. Just settle yourself. And then, because we all have those days as adults, as kids, as everybody else. But our program is very special. We're always full. So if you want to take welding, I encourage you to sign up ASAP. We have 3 teachers now that are welding. We have Mr. Frank Rozek, Mr. Kurt Schoenhals, and myself. Mr. Schoenhals and myself are here. And Mr. Rozek is at Kenton.
Right.
They're all qualified teachers. Nice guys. Not as charismatic as me.
They don't know how to hold a candle to you, Mr. Feeney, in the charisma department.
I just want you to know that you come here for welding, guys, young ladies, that you're going to be welders when you leave here. But if you do the work and you hard, it's going to be there for you. It's nothing gets done. You can't. Welding is not going to be handed to you. You have to do the work. You have to work hard. You got to do it. And you're going to get frustrated. So just walk away for a minute. Step out. Go get some air. Get a water. And say, "This is me. I need a minute. Can you show me what?" And I'll watch you weld, and I can probably point out what you're doing wrong. But it's like anything in life, guys. You can't do everything on your own.
Right.
So we're all. I mean, now outside my class, we have great people in the office. We have Miss Busco. We have.
That's me.
We have so many people that are surrounded here with you that you won't regret coming here.
Right.
And
we all just want everyone to succeed, whether they're taking welding or some other class. That's always the goal.
Yep, exactly.
And success can
yeah.
be different things for different people too. So.
Yep. So we do a lot of unions around here. A lot of unions.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Yeah, you got the Boilermakers Union, we got the Steam Fitters, we got the Boilermakers Local 7, we got Steam Fitters Local 22, you got the Ironworkers Local 6, you have the sheet metal workers, in the trade we call them tin knockers. There's the carpenters. Carpenters Union needs welders. Carpenters generally build scaffold or build break rooms. There's a lot of different things they do. So there's a lot of unions around here to join. You could travel as a welder. I mean, there's pipeline work. There's tons of work out there. And you being young is when you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The older you get, you want to be home. So
right.
Yeah,
so we're talking about a lot of success, right? And tracks you can take and how to be successful in your class. Can you tell us about some of your successful alumni?
Yeah, we have guys who make a lot of money. We got union fitters, we have union Boilermakers. We have guys that became welding inspectors, certified welding inspectors, CWIs, that went on from welding to engineering in college. We have a nephew that took welding at one point, and now went to Bell State, got his engineering degree,
Mm-hmm.
and now he works for Joe Gibbs Racing as an engineer, but he also welding, that's where welding took him. So
right.
There's if you, how do I put this? There's success that only comes from what you do. So we do have successful students. But we have kids who dropped out too. So
right.
I'm straightforward with you. The biggest problem we have sometimes with kids not being successful is they signed up for something they thought would be cool,
Mm-hmm.
and 3-4 weeks into it, they don't like it or whatever. So please, I would love to have you in my class, but if you want to be an electrician or you want to build a house or you want to be a mechanic, please take welding because you want to try it. Please take what you want to try to do after high school or for the rest of your life, because when you leave here after 2 years, you're going to be so far ahead of every kid coming out of high school in that field that you want to do. The field that you want to be able to learn your living at is where you want to be. I mean, I'd love to have you in my class, but I'd rather have you out of my class and doing something you're going to do the rest of your life, be that far ahead in 2 years, than sit in my class and say, "Oh, it's cool, but I don't want to be a welder. I want to be an electrician." So
right.
I don't. And I'm not discouraging people from being in my class. I'm encouraging them to do what they want to do, but success-wise, yeah, we have a lot of successful people. Even
Yeah.
But the basic, the first thing you got to do, the first step. Just keep going forward. I guess my best advice. You don't wait for a friend. Don't wait because your buddy's in there. Don't take it because your buddy's cool and you go up. No. Because you can hang out with them after school.
Right.
I mean,
So you have like hit, I have no questions because you've hit every single thing, all while being quite inspiring, if I do say so myself. And I know we kind of touched on this already, but it is the question I've asked every single person. Um, if a student could bring one character trait with them to your class, if you just had to pick one, and it was going to push them really far to be successful, what would that one thing that they need be?
character trait would be honesty and open.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not honest and open, you're not going to be able to admit when you're wrong. You're not going to be able to admit that you need help. So, I mean, I could say enthusiastic, rah, 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 but for me, I hope I have every student that's honest and open.
Yeah.
Because if they're honest and open, they could come to me if they need help. They come to me and be, oh my God, I'm doing horrible, and where they can ask for help. Because there's some students that just will struggle and they won't ask for help.
Right.
And there's no question, there's no scenario that I will ever look at you or make you feel that way. But honestly, being open is the best characteristic I can get from a kid.
I love
And
that.
and pride, no matter where you come from, I just be proud of what you got.
Yeah.
Not what you don't have, it's what you do have, and it's doing what they can get it for you. Is what you got to be proud of. Um,
That's
This is a-
arguably the best answer to this question so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got-
I kicked you off a little early, so I don't want to take advantage of your time. And if anyone has any questions, type them in the chat. And we're a small group right now, so if you want to just unmute and ask, Mr. Feeney is
That's
ready
fine.
and raring to go.
For your faces, do whatever you want.
But I mean, otherwise, like I said, if anyone reaches out and needs more information about welding, I'd be happy to connect you with Mr. Feeney or get you the answers.
Really, for your homeschool too, I don't know if we're because of the whole situation we're in.
Yeah.
If you guys are doing tours or doing stuff like that.
I don't know of any schools or if we're able to, but I would love to see if we could do that somehow. Maybe we could, Mr. Feeney, maybe you could pilot like a digital tour.
We were going to do that tonight. That's what I was going to try to take them down to the shop tonight, but
Well, if you have a second, if we could do it quick, but is your Wi-Fi going to work? Because Mr. Snyder tried to do the same thing and it didn't.
well, I'm not, Mr. Snyder.
I love that this is recorded. I'm going to show him that later.
Yeah. So what? Do take you down a tour.
Okay.
And the Wi-Fi should work because I get some service down there.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
I'll try to reverse the camera around and I'll just show what we got going on.
Yeah, but if
Once I
we lose you, we lose you.
once I get into
But
the
worth a shot.
shop. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
TV. No.
Yeah.
Not. Hang on, this. Hang on. Give me one Good. Can you say something? Yeah,
Can you hear me?
that's fine. Yes, now I can.
Okay.
You're like,
Oh no, no, you're frozen.
oh, are we there? How about
I
now?
can hear you. I can't see.
So
I can't
like
see
this, I freeze myself and fool you. Can I do that?
I can't see you at all. Uh-oh. Maybe we should do this next week, Mr. Feeney, because kids could hop back in since you're back next week.
Yeah, I'll go back to the room.
Okay.
We'll finish up in there. Sorry, guys.
No,
Yeah.
let's make a plan. Why don't we make a plan for next week since we have some time next week? And if you guys want to stop back in, it'll be the same link and all of that scheduling will go out again from your counselors. So Mr. Feeney will be back.
Yeah, we could do that. I'd be more than happy, we could do it, yeah, you know what, Ms. Fusco, you pick a day and I'm there.
Game on.
And
I love that.
my associate here can whisper things in my ear that I'm not, she's like, do this, do that.
Well, Mr. Feeney, unfortunately, I can't see you anymore. So what I'm going to do, I
Oh,
think
the camera?
I can't see you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see you though.
You can?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Let's make that plan so that we can show off the shop next week when we do this again. And we can round it out for tonight. And just so you guys know, you've been with us this whole time. Thank you. Mr. Feeney's class does fill up very, very, very fast. So please make sure if this is something you want to commit to for the next 2 years, junior, senior year, you let your counselors know so that they can build it into your schedule and you don't miss out on having a confirmed seat in one of the welding shops, one of the
Are there any
welding
freshmen in
classes.
here? Are there any freshmen? Have there been any freshmen on?
No, it's really been a lot of 10th graders.
Okay, maybe next time we could do that, add ninth graders to it, and then we could talk them about the Career X program,
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll tell the counselors to push it to the 9th graders too.
Yeah, this way it'll give them more of a perspective of what we're facing.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys, and thank you, Mr. Feeney, so much. I really appreciate your time, and we'll be back again next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night, and have a Merry Christmas.
You too,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Feeney. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.